What's going on, guys? Justin here, back at it again with another video. Today I'm gonna be running some errands with my dad. We're gonna go pick up some parts at Napa Auto Parts. We're gonna get back to the house and we're gonna get started wrenching.
Thank you, buddy.
Have a great day.
You too.
Back up to number 6, I guess. Finished taking out the trash. All right, we finished taking some stuff to the dump. Now on to Napa. All right, behold, Napa Auto. What's going on here? How you doing? I'm here to pick up some parts.
All right.
I called in for the 2017 Accord Sport.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, we got a ticket here for it.
Yep.
All right. Just get this.
Mike usually gives me discounts.
Yeah, I'll hook you up.
Thank you.
526-372.
You guys moving locations now or just cleaning up?
What, an empty ship?
Yeah, I noticed the empty shelf. That's why usually stuff's there.
Yeah, so they'll send in new tools or whatever.
Oh, that's cool.
All right. Let me go get this one.
I was gonna say I'd be surprised if you guys were leaving.
17 Accord Sport, rear rotors and tabs.
Yes.
All right. 5, 6, 7.
All right. While we're waiting, I used to work here, by the way, which was pretty cool. Worked here for a short period of time at this location specifically. Good people. This stuff. Oh yeah. No. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pay for this, and I'll be right back. Go ahead and buy. I'm gonna check them over here. Yep, tiny little brake pads, shims. Rotor. Number 2. Yep, there. Alright. Yeah, I'll go ahead and take it. Now that we've got the parts, let's head on back home and put them on. Alright guys, it's a new day. we're gonna go ahead and get started and do the brake job. Got our jack stands. I've misplaced my wheel chock somewhere, so I've got 2 rocks for our wheel chocks. It's easy. My impact is not working at this time. I think get new batteries. I already have some of these loosened. Let's go ahead and loosen the rest of them since we don't have an impact. Make sure these are all loose. Alright, so I've loosened this side. Let's loosen this side before we get her off the ground, because that wouldn't work up in the air because we don't have the impact anymore. Good to go. Let's take the e-brake off. Grab the key. So we're doing rears. Take that little e-brake off here. Leave it park. It's a front wheel drive. Leave it in park. We need to take the e-brake off because the e-brake is to the rears. Actually, let's leave the keys. It's a little chilly out. That's not going to stop us from getting the job done here. Some things need to be done. Dad asked me to do it. I'm not paying rent, so I'm going to do it for him, and why not make a video out of it, right? That's what's nice about YouTube, is I have a good reason to actually have fun doing this. And yeah, this will help us get it inspected because it's dead inspection right now. Make sure it's in the right spot. Too solid. We've saved like, it was like over $800, $900 doing it this way instead of going to a dealer. It's nice that I know how to do brakes, and it's a decently fun job for me, so especially making this a YouTube video, it really it's really nice, you know. Pinch myself, take it nice and slow down. Let me readjust that here. her a couple shakes, a couple pushes. Not like we're working under the car directly, but I will have my head up in there, so we want to make sure that we're not going to have the car falling on us. We're good to go. Alright. Let's get these wheels off. I've been needing to do these for a very long time, so it's finally nice to get them done. It'd be really nice to have the impact, but probably gonna have to take breaks inside. It is blistering cold out here, but that's alright. How did I manage to get the lugs stuck like that? Never done that before. That's funny. Alright. It's nice. I've got brakes done on the truck. I didn't actually do those though, because it's kind of hard to do it right in the front of the driveway. I had somebody else do it. There's a lot going on when I was wanting to do it anyways. Got the Miatas brakes done to where I don't have to worry about those for a while. And now I'm getting these done. I already did the fronts last year, I believe it was last year or 2 years ago, something. And this car doesn't get driven a whole lot, so the brakes in the front are still pretty good. They should be, at least. If they're not, then I don't know what to say. I've checked them, they look fine. They should pass inspection. Now that we got the wheels off, it's getting cold. I'm trying not to get hypothermia. So I'm going to take a break inside for a little bit, warm up the hands, and we'll get back to it. Look at this little angel. Hi, what are you doing, huh? Little angel? Little angel, aren't you? You want your blanket that you stole from me, or you want your Snoopy blanket? Let's give you the plaid one, like this one. I don't know what it is. He likes the texture or something, maybe, of this blanket more than any of the others. He always likes to lay on this one. It's also fluffier, so that's probably why. He's a good boy. He's been good. For all you hippies out there, Peace Tea's pretty lovely. My dad brought some of these home from work because they are moving from they're switching locations and moving things around, and they had some of these left over. Pretty good. The orange can's better, but the lemon one's pretty decent too. They're good. Got a little bit of caffeine in them. Let me go ahead and find my cheater, breaker bar, whatever you want to call it. I have like a little like metal rod that I use as a cheater bar. I've misplaced it. I've misplaced so much. I still need to clean the garage again. I let it get dirty again. So let me go ahead, find that. I think it's in the basement, and then we'll get the calipers. So I had this master plan of setting all the tools I would need out for today's video. And the one tool I forget is the cheater bar. So I'm going to keep snooping. I'm procrastinating, and we'll get back to it. Here it is. It was in one of the drawers. My mom got a new table, and she got rid of one of the cabinets, or not cabinets, but, well, I guess cabinets you could call it. And the table replaces it. Ouch. That was lovely. Why do I always seem to do that whenever I loosen a bolt in the wheel well area? I always knock myself. Alright. Got that one loose. Let's get up over there a little bit. Work our way around the e-brake cable here. Alright, there we go. That works. Let's not knock ourselves this time. We didn't knock ourselves this time, yay. Alright. We're gonna work at both sides at the same time, I think. Get everything loose. And then I think that'll be easier for me, because sometimes you get a seized bolt or whatever, and just never, it's just, you know, I want to get it straighter, but this brake line's in the way. I don't want to remove the brake line at all, so we're gonna have to find a way around it. There we go, without bending or breaking the brake line, or removing the brake line. I'm hoping I shouldn't have to bleed them today. I might have to, we'll see. Ah, you son of a gun. There we go. If I have to bleed them, I'll have to wait for Dad to come home. Lucy. I'm gonna loosen this off camera and then we'll get back to it. Alright, a little bit of work and those came right up on loose, up out of there. Now, let's get them out of here. Guess I'm still gonna need this. I'm gonna grab a longer extension. We've got them loose. And we'll just crank them out. This is when I wish I had the impact. But even then, the impact's kind of a pain in the butt to get back there. So like, I have this Bosch like little 3/8 one, but it's not strong enough to back these, or once I get these loose I can back them out, but they're not that strong. It's not that strong. I think those are loose, or that one's loose at least. Yeah. Hang on. It's so tight back here. It's rubbing on the spindle there. Alright, there you go. There we go. Now that's the first one. Let's get down below there. We're getting there. Who said you guys did? This lower control arm is so cool on the 9th gen Accords here. It's just a straight solid bar. It's cool. Wish they did that on most makes and models. Made it less of a pain. It's 2 straight bars. So simple. Alright, yay, we got first caliper pretty much off. Two bolts out. On to the other side. Those suckers off. Right there's perfect. Let me go grab the ratchet. Hang on. Boys. And girls, if girls are watching this, the chances of that is slim to none. That was the chickness. I'm gonna use a little bit of boom power. Look how short these caliper bolts are. It's insane. I don't know, it's supposed to be crazy long, but they look short to me for some reason. I don't know why. It's just how I feel about them. I don't do brake jobs often, so it's nice to actually do them. Take my time, as much time as I possibly can on this. I literally have all day to do this, and it's just, some days of wrenching it can be stressful, but I don't have a time crunch, so it's kind of like peaceful, like just kind of like not in a hurry or anything. Just chill out and do it. There we go. Alright. Check out these brake pads, they're freaking gnarly. And once I get them out, have to get them out first. Let's start by getting these off. Got a Phillips right there. I'm gonna go grab a Phillips screwdriver. Actually, before that, let's take this caliper off and let it hang. Or not hang, but it's not good to let them hang, but let them sit. I just let it sit right on the lower control arm. It sits nice right there. Oh, come on. Alright, let me grab the Phillips and alright, we've got our Phillips here. I was gonna say, they shouldn't be super tight. At least I'd hope they not be seized. That would suck to drill those out. That sucks. So, oh yeah. Oh, they needed replaced, buddy. Alright. Let's put this right there. Shouldn't get lost. That was, actually, it was really dangerous to be driving on these. I mean, for my mom at least. I know what to do in a situation that you lose brakes, right? And we still have the front ones, but if my mom was driving this, that would have been bad. Alright, I need a bigger It's starting to strip. Let's hope I don't have to drill it out here. Let's get a thicker Phillips screw. Fit a little better on there. Alright, I just did this and it managed to crank her loose. That one was a little tighter. Right. Give her a hammer whack. Shouldn't have to, but they've been on there for a while. You're gonna have to, I guess, hammer whack these things. There we go. A little hammer whack. Let's not break those studs, shall we? Yeah, let's look at these. Yeah, they're pretty nasty. They're pretty, let's get the new ones out and we'll show you. Let's compare them bad boys. Take one out. Wrapper here. I'm not going to install them until I take the old pads off, just so I have less chances of damaging them or whatever when I'm trying to squeeze back in the caliper. Oh yeah, that's nasty. These things are junk. Let's put this back on the box so I don't damage it. That one can stay there because it's still in the wrapping. And let me show you guys the new toolkit that I bought off of Amazon. It's going to be so much easier to do brakes from here on out. So much easier to press back in those calipers there. So if you don't know what brake calipers, you have to press back in where the pad engages back here so you can get the thicker, newer pad on. So in order for that, I've got this whole kit here that should help me push it back in. Now let me get these old pads out first, which is going to be a pain in the butt, actually, it looks like. So I'm going to do that off camera real quick and go warm up my hands also, and then I'll come back out here and we'll do this with you. Alright, I give my hands a little rest inside. Try and get these things out. It's kind of pain in the butt. Get this one out first. You may ask what I'm using to get this out. It's a little pry bar. I mean, I could take this part of the caliper off, but it's not really gonna. I don't need to. They're about, literally about the end of their life. This was the other side. There's like maybe like a millimeter of pad left, like not even much. So it was, and they're kind of uneven worn. It's kind of dangerous. So that's why we're replacing them today. This would not pass inspection. This right here, too thin to pass inspection. Virginia State is a pain in the butt. Alright. So, wheel bearings sound decent. They don't make any noise at all, actually. That's good. Alright. So this will sit right here. And we'll press it back in. I probably could take that part off, but it's so much easier to not. If I don't have to, then it would be nice, but I think we're gonna have to take that piece off here, unfortunately, in order to push that thing back in. So I'm just gonna do that off camera real quick. It's just a 12 millimeter here, and then you hold the, I think it's also a 12 on this side, and pull this bolt out, top to bottom, each side. Let me do that. I'll press them in. I'll get back with you. Alright, I'm going to do this side with you guys. Show you how easy it is to press in the caliper now. It is so nice to not have to find an alternative way to press those things in. It is a pain in the butt, and now it's so much easier just to do it with the tool that's meant to be. After I get this part of the caliper off. That's how I did it on the other side. Although this one's a little harder because I'm not sitting on the wheel. And let me grab the... I put it somewhere. Sit on the wheel, it's easier. So much easier to sit on the wheel. It's whatever. Sit on the wheel here. This on there. Crack this one loose. This one shouldn't need the extra support. Maybe it will. We'll see. Let's try and find to where I don't strip it here. These rubber grips are so nice. I just want to do it right. Let's see. I won't strip this thing. Oh, come on. We need the extra help here on this one too. Alright, here we go. Might need to grab the actual wrench for this, but it did fine last time. Alright, I'm gonna actually grab this thing. I haven't found my 12 millimeter wrench yet. There it is, right in front of me. Hold on. Let's not strip that. That might actually be a 14. It's a 14. I know where I left my 14 too. I think it's a 14. It might be bigger actually. Oh shoot. Oh, it's bigger. What is it, like a 17? It's probably a 15 or a 17. Which I'm gonna have to pause you guys and grab that. It's a little bigger than that too. Yeah, that thing is massive. Jeez. Ouch. There we go. We got her. Alright. I wouldn't be using a robo grip on like another boulder or anything like this, to clarify. That little spot though, I think it's fine because it didn't do much. I mean, it's not damaging it or anything. It's fine. I'm gonna put the, where did I put the other one? Where did I put that? What? Oh, where did it go? Alright, I'll find that later, I guess. Or let me pause it and let me find it real quick, because... Ow. It was back there the whole time. Alright, let's do that so I don't lose the parts here. Alright, here's the fun and easy part now that I have a good tool here. So, it's as simple as this. You slide this right on through here. This goes on like such. You line the little knobs on the back of the where you press it there. So, get it on there. And they have a left side and a right side wind back tool. So this is for the left side. So I think it goes towards the car, I reckon. This one's a little tighter. Yeah, this one's pretty tight. Yeah, that one was easy. The other one was so easy. Let me set this down here. On the tire here. Yeah, the other side was so much easier. But it's so much easier to do it this way. And as it gets looser, you tighten this right here, which probably also looks like it could be a 19 if you are struggling to tighten it back up by hand. But yeah, it's going in now. See, just like so, it's going in. You want it on back, push it back up on there. You can keep winding it back until it's flush. Push that back up against there. If it's that seized, you could just tighten it from there and it'll wind it back from this with the like a 19, I think, wrench or something, whatever millimeter it is or size, whatever. It's flush. Now that it's nice and flush, alright, now that it's nice and flush, we can go ahead and install our rotor here on this side. Make sure it lines up with this hole here. And put my screw in there. Not like it really matters too much. Let's make sure the flush side. There we go. There we go. There. Grab our screw. Our Phillips is on the other side, so we'll tighten this after we also put the other side on fully. Grab this motor. Put her on here. we've got all the other stuff out the way, we can start to put our caliper back on all together. So I have all the tools pretty much over here. We'll start putting it back together over here. So first off, let me go inside and warm up the hands because it's kind of cold out today. Let's put this all back and set it in the garage. And take good care of this kit now. Set it right here for now. I'm going to put it in the basement, store it in the basement. Alright. Before we do that, let's grab our new pad kit and install the new pieces that should come with the kit. Oh yeah, much thicker, newer pads. So as you can see, hold on. The new kit comes with everything you need. Were these carbon? They got like a weird little like carbon-like design on it. They could be. Let's go ahead and take these things off. We'll get a wire brush to the back pieces here. I'm gonna grab a wire brush and brush them all off. It's not too important. You don't really need to me. But we'll grab some sandpaper or a wire brush. I'm gonna grab one and we'll brush them off. I got some sandpaper here. Nothing crazy. There we go. Don't need to be spotless. Just get all that rusty, dusty rust out of there. All that brake pad dust's gonna wind up getting all that messy anyways. That should be good enough. Should be. Am I missing something? No. No. The bolts were just. This is the bolts I was looking at it. Alright. Let's put these on. You know, that was probably not. I'm trying to remember which way you go on. There we go. Yep. There we go. There we go. Oh, hold on. There we go. There they are. Alright, perfect. Now, let's put this one back over here so I remember which one's which. I mean, that one has the bolts on them, these don't. So I can tell which one's which. Comes with these little guys. Should probably put them on. Before anything, let's compare the pads. Compare these things. These things are freaking nasty. Like, that's like, yeah, that's a lot. That's like a lot more pads. So, and the rotors didn't look too good. So let's go ahead and bring this on over. Make sure, I don't want to lose these little guys. These little guys are so easy to lose. They're right there. We can throw these to the side for now. Right where the pads are. Let's bring it on over. Let's hope it doesn't rain. It doesn't look like it should. That would suck. That would suck. This sucks. Alright, let's go ahead and drawing a blank of how I have a little brain fart. I need a break and I need to make myself a hot chocolate, and you know, come to think of it, I could have made the hot chocolate with you guys. That probably would have made this more interesting. I didn't think that through. Oh well, I don't really care. I'm just gonna stir this on up and we'll let it cool off and sit for a little bit while we work on the car. So on our way back to work. Alright, so to make this easier, let's reinstall the 17mm bolts on each side. This is the easiest way to do it. I'll show you guys. This is how I did my first car's brakes. This is how I did my brakes up north when I was on a road trip. I did the rear brakes on my old Civic up there. I did them in the driveway here twice, I think it was, or once. And then I did the Miata's brakes right here. The same way, pretty much. It's pretty straightforward. So, let's see here. Big one. Put this up to it. the bolts in kind of. Come on, hand tightened. We got them hand tightened. I'm gonna pause you guys, set you guys down in a right position, and I'll show you. Alright, I've got a better position on the half of my head here. So this part is super easy for me, at least, because I've done it multiple times. This little one, this little guy goes on the inside. It slides on just like that. It's so easy. Look, you press her on in. This one, a little tricky, but all you had to do is press them on in. Oh, well. Whoopsie! There. Alright, that was a little embarrassing. Anyways, these are also very important. So they should go in downwards like this. Go in. Oh, shoot. Alright, actually, hang on a second. Alright, so I've been struggling with my emotions a little bit. Trying to collect them and think here to install these properly. So these little shims, these little guys, one goes like that. Wow. All right. That one. Like so. This one, just like that. And then now we put the other part of the caliper on here, just like so. Put our little bolts on. right back. I gotta warm up my hands. Alright, we're back, boys and girls. Ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully no more brain fog. Let's get on to tightening these 12s up. She said she was 12! And then my 17s in the back. She was only 17. Rocka, rocka, owie. Don't want them too tight, don't want them too loose. I can do whatever I'm like. Alright. Now, move on to our 17s here. Actually, let's use the shorter one. Tighten them to spec. Good and tight, good enough. To where it's just good and tight. Good and tight. Good enough. That's good and tight. Try this one. Make sure this one's good and tight. Just one more. Okay, good and tight. Good and tight. I always like to double check my work, so we'll check it all over after I do the other side before I put the wheels back on. Just put it all with me. We don't need this or this anymore. I'll just set it on the trash can, because I like trash, I tell. I didn't get much sleep last night, so that explains the brain fog. So it's not necessarily struggling with them, I'm just... Oh yeah, I guess you could say that, like... I'm just not thinking, like, brain fog. Struggling to think. It's alright. Get a sleep, get a fresh. Well, sleep deprived. It's alright. We're still right in mind enough to do this. Like, I'm not like, oh, I'm so tired I can't even focus. I can still focus. Focus, focus, hocus pocus. It's just not like 100%, if that makes sense. Ugh. go ahead and tighten all this down now. It'd be easier to probably tighten it here, actually. It's tight. Good and tight. You just have to make sure it's nice, good and tight. It's gotta be good and tight. Good and tight. Go, 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 go. Nice, scoot and tight. Scoot and tight enough. Man, I'm gonna be double checking my work before I put the wheels back on, but it should be good and tight. Alright, now that we did that side, this side I could be a lot faster and it's more straightforward. So alright, so you want this on the inside again, once again. And this side, you want just like so. Alright, where is, these little guys are so hard, so easy to lose, so hard to find on the pavement. Alright. This way. I keep forgetting these little pins go upwards so they can stay on and don't fall off. That way they don't fall off, see? So then this one would go, this one on the bottom here would go the other way downwards, so then they don't fall off. And that way the brake pad can still spread. See how it's already kind of starting to spread? So like if I let go, it's going to start spreading. So I've got to put the caliper on quick here. So I don't, if I let go on accident, they're gonna fly out from under me. If I was to like grab the bolts or something. The bolts are right there anyways. Alright. So that was simple. Now I just gotta finish this thing on. I don't know. Okay, so that's why I probably shouldn't have tightened it all the way yet. Let's try and get this one on the bottom here. Preventing it from there we go. That's what it was. like, why is it not going on the van? Oopsie, silly me. I'm being silly. That's why. I have a question. Are you really silly? Low on testosterone? Yes. No. Making that like voice now is like kind of hard, but easy at the same time. My voice isn't that deep until like the morning times, or like when I go to the gym. So I kind of feel like I have a sign of low testosterone sometimes. And like it's probably a little low sometimes. So some days it's easier to make that voice, and some days it's not. I might have like I don't know, days where I don't have a lot of testosterone, and then days where I have a bunch of it, which is kind of I guess common. Is there's days where you don't have a lot, and then it depends on what you're eating, what your diet is, and like, which I haven't really eaten anything. And like for me at least, like it's in the morning I'll have a lot. Alright, I need to eat better. That's really why my testosterone's fluctuating. I just need to eat better. Alright, so those are tight, gluten tight, I guess. Let's double check over, because I am a freak when it comes down to checking things over. I am like super cautious before I like put wheels back on and make sure everything's in good working order. Like, is anything rub? That's good to go. Try to make sure nothing rubs. Everything's, you know, pretty smooth. I tightened everything down, so there's nothing else left to do but put on the wheels, pump the brakes, give her a little test drive, and then she'll be good to go. To change my clothes before I drive this, and probably take a shower again. So before I take it for a test drive and everything, I am gonna go inside, warm up, take a shower and all that, and get ready for the day and take this out for a test ride with you guys. So once I get these wheels on, drop this on the ground, you won't see me until in the car, but I'll finish up the wheels with you guys. It's a pretty easy job. A little longer because of the cold. I kind of planned for that. Planned it being a little longer than your normal brake job should be. For me personally, front brakes are a lot easier than the rears. On this car it's really easy because they're not drums, and not only that, they're a lot easier because the way these are designed. How in the heck did I manage to do that? I should push it out once I put it on. Maybe. I sat on it, that's why. I sat on it so it's stuck in there. Alright, let me get the pry. Oh, there we go. Let's put everything in. Worked on any of the cars in a while. I don't think I've worked on anything since the Miata axles. Did the rear axles on those things. That was pretty easy. Also did the wheel bearing, the rear wheel bearings. So that was pretty darn easy. Other than everything being rusted to crap and seized, it was pretty easy. The rear end on that thing is actually surprisingly pretty well. Let's get them in tight so we can drop it down without damaging the studs. Nice and flush with the rotor here so it doesn't. I want to damage some studs, man. Start pattern. That's good. This one on here. They don't need to be rotated, so they'll be alright. I did that pretty recently. Easy. Now, I'm driving the car. Now all that's left to do is tighten up the wheel lugs, excuse me, wheels, lugs, tighten the lugs. And then I'll go inside and get prepared for a drive around the block. And then that one's tight. Just boot and tight. Torque the spec. Haha. Yeah, whatever. What's that? What's torque to spec? I don't understand those words or letters. That's not in my vocabulary. It's just tight enough, man. That's all it is. You just need it to be tight enough. You don't want it too loose. You don't want it too tight. So. Before I forget, I'm gonna pull up the e-brake. Not like it really matters, but I don't like putting strain on the transmission. She's an auto. I need to adjust that. Oh, we did the brakes. So we might have to do a few minor adjustments, but we'll see. Alright. Move the rocks out the way. Go inside. Get stuff together. Take a shower. And like I said, let's go for a spin. Alright guys, time to take this thing for a little spin. Jacks are out of the way. Jacks are out of the way inside. I've already checked the oil and everything this morning before I even made the video, so let's go ahead and pump the brakes. There we go. Now the brake works. Alright. On, seatbelt on. Adjust my mirrors because my parents adjust them to way too high. They like to sit high. I like to sit low, so I adjust the seat. When I adjust the seat, the whatchamacallits change. Everything changes. Just making sure I have good pressure because Pedal feels a lot better actually now. Brakes better. You can already feel the difference in a fresh pad and rotor. It's nice. The sheriff, I think that's the sheriff right there. What's up? Alright, let's apply the brakes. See ya, wouldn't want to be going 510 over. Get out of my way. I literally get nowhere. So far so good. That's how it should be. Yeah, much better. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, she's good, bud. She's mint. She's mint. Now my mom is safe. She got fresh brakes. We can take it to the dealer to get her inspected. Alright, so nobody, this is allowed because there's no sign and there's nobody coming to turn right. So we're going to go ahead and bust our little U-turn here, since that's an illegal safe spot and it was at an appropriate time. This thing is so smooth. It's like a Cadillac. I don't use brakes much. I usually use engine brake in this thing, but my mom uses brakes. She tends to brake a little late, so I want to hit the brakes here. They're going to be turning, so I'm going to do my complete stop and wait. Make sure no pedestrians. Workers are working, so I want to make sure I don't hit them. Much better, much better. So, brake job successful. That's for sure. We'll hit the brakes up here again and see. Confirm. Once we get back to the house, we'll look it over, check everything over, and confirm that I've tightened everything up. Not taking the wheel off or anything, just looking in the inner wheel and everything. I don't hear any sounds. It's nice, smooth, and quiet. No pedestrians. Go. There's my trucking Miata sitting in its glory. So many more years to come. I can't wait to see how long my motor lasts on that. That motor's pretty healthy. I'm just wondering, because I've already put a lot of miles on her. Wonder how long I'm going to have the motor for until I have to swap a motor. But that is today's video. Hope you all are enjoying the content so far, as always, and until the next one, whatever it may be sure to smash that like button, drop a comment down below, and subscribe. Peace.